magical beings, and welcome to another reading by the Wild Mystics. We are doing a really exciting reading with regards to what supernatural powers are being awoken around the time of Samhain. So, before and after the time of All Hallows Eve or All Souls Night or Samhain, there is a lot of powerful energy that brings a lot of our shadows to the surface. But not only our shadows, it brings spirits from beyond this veil of reality into this dimension. And so a lot of power is being awoken. So what supernatural abilities, what psychic gifts are being awoken for you? That is the question that we are asking today. It's a very powerful time where the gateways between worlds open. The spirit realm connects to the physical realm, and we are able to connect to thoughts, to dimensions, to realities, to spirits that were first and foremost just an energetic idea in our mind. And we are able to manifest and bring so much of that to the material plane. So there's a lot to work with, like witches brewing a potion. We have a lot to work with and a lot to cover in this reading. We have 3 different herb bundles to choose from, each with a different healing a healing gemstone and moss from the woods. We also have 3 separate runes too, so if you feel drawn to the runes, if you feel drawn to one of these cards, the Heaven and Earth Tarot are below. Each one of these Heaven and Earth Tarot will represent part of your superpower or your psychic ability. But yes, these different herbs are very useful, very healing, and especially when you're using your psychic gifts to use herbs, to use the magic of the forest. We also have 3 separate walks to choose from where I will show 3 different leaves. The leaf portion is later in the video, which I will link below. If you're interested on going on one of those All Hallows Eve walks where we walk through the forested mist, it is absolutely beautiful. So feel free to check one of those out after whatever reading you choose. So I'm really excited to get into these groups. Group 1, you have the sage bundle here. And they're kind of wilting a bit, but that's okay. And you have this beautiful kind of rosy quartz in there with your moss. And the back is a piece of oak bark. And your rune is the rune Kano, the rune for opening. Group 2, we have the mint leaves with moss and a clear quartz crystal, as well as oak bark. And we have the rune Isa, which is the standstill rune. Group 3, we have lavender mixed with an amethyst, moss, and again another oak bark piece. And all these oak bark pieces are taken from a very old stump in the woods. Easily this tree would be hundreds and hundreds of years old because it was so large when it came down. And the rune for you, group 3, is Sowelu, the rune of wholeness. So I will let you all take a moment to resonate with one of these groups. And then we will get into your messages. So we will go into the oracle cards, we'll go into your tarot, and then we'll get advice and guidance. And then feel free to connect with whatever walk you feel drawn to. I believe the 3 leaves are maple, aspen, and oak. So feel free to either connect with one of these or go on a walk or do both, and we will see you shortly. I can't wait to get into your reading and connect with your superpowers. I feel the energy already pulsing. So exciting. See you all shortly. Hello, group 1. If you chose the sage bundle with the rose quartz or the Kano rune, the rune of opening, then this is going to be your reading where we figure out what supernatural power is being awoken around the time of Samhain or All Hallows Eve. So first we're going to talk a little bit about this rune, then we're going to look at your tarot card, and we'll get into your oracle cards, and then we'll do a full tarot reading, and we'll ask more oracle cards for guidance and advice for you guys about how to maybe use this superpower or how to awaken it. And on the walk in the woods where you choose a leaf, you can actually kind of figure out, what's preventing you from awakening this power, or what could you do to help facilitate the use of this power and what this power actually might be. So if you find this beautiful bundle inspiring at all, you could go and check out our Etsy shop. We have a few different woven hand. If you feel connected to this bundle in any way, or you feel connected to these beautiful crystals, we have an Etsy shop where we make handmade jewelry, and a lot of the pieces are actually handpicked from the woods. So that's why we are called the Wild Mystics. So if you feel drawn to that, our shop is linked below. So let's continue with our reading. Kano, opening, fire, torch. This is the rune of opening, renewed clarity, dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some part of your life. You are now free to receive and to know the joy of non-attached giving. Okay, so this is a rune of understanding one's darkness, going into the depths, and realizing that the being on the operating table is actually yourself, and you are the one doing this kind of spiritual journey, peeling off the layers of all of the different selves, trying to understand who and what you truly are. So that's a very powerful rune. Let's see what our tarot card is for you. We have the Tower. What a powerful major arcana to get. The Tower is all about shaking and breaking up our current reality, shaking up our status quo, and unlocking deep, dark portals of our ultimate power and potential that we didn't even know were there. Okay? The Tower is about shedding old ways of thinking, old ways of behaving. It's a breaking down of our reality as we know it. So for you as a superpower, I see this as you being able to be the true spiritual warrior, where you are able to be torn down so many times, and each time you are rebuilt even stronger. There is this power inside of you that is built from the ashes, like a phoenix. You are being reborn constantly. And it's interesting because I feel like some people who go through tower moments in their life, they succumb to them. They can't stand up again. But you have this alchemical ability to break down everything that you thought that you knew and piece it back together into this new puzzle of who you want to become. So that's very similar to the opening rune. It's about opening up the self, unlocking the Pandora's box that you are, and figuring out who it is that you want to become. Powerful messages. We're going to get into your oracle, so I'm just going to pause the video while we lay out the cards. Okay, so let's hop into your reading, Group 1. Let's just take a moment to connect with the energy, the powers, the supernatural powers of Group 1 that are brewing beneath the surface, that are waiting to be awoken. I see a clarity coming through. This is interesting because Sage is all about enhancing one's clarity and enhancing one's vision. It's a cleansing herb. So we use it in the home to cleanse out negative energies, to cleanse out obstructive thoughts and energies that are trying to confuse us, trying to take us away from our own energies. So this is a very powerful plant to use as you awaken your superpowers, your psychic gifts. Sage. So I'll just put your sage over here in the corner. So we have a bunch of oracle cards that have come out for you, Group 1. I couldn't even put them all, so we'll put them as your wisdom and guidance for the end of the reading. But what I'm getting from this energy, we have truth, the Tower, the hummingbird. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Aquamarine, number 7. The stag, pride and leadership, number 17. Number 22, manifest your dreams, focus on your vision, seek satisfaction and contentment. And traveler, move in a new direction. There is a depth to this energy. I feel like for many of you, you are seers. You are able to see beyond this reality into other dimensions. And so you might actually have clairaudience or clairvoyance, where you're actually able to see visions before they actually come into the material plane. The hummingbird is all about moving through multiple dimensions of time and space. It almost looks, when you see it, as it's just hovering there, but its wings are moving so rapidly. It's almost as if it could, move in and out of reality in an instant. So you have that power to be able to be in this reality and then jump into another reality simultaneously through your imagination. You have a powerful, powerful imagination that allows you to see through falsities. You are able to see through people's masks. And that's why the tower is such a powerful energy, because it rips apart all of the false ideologies, the false masks, the behavior patterns that aren't representative of our true nature, and leaves behind but truth. And so when you look in the mirror, you don't just see your human self staring back at you. You see all of the beings that you are, every being that you have been throughout time and space. And I think for many of you, it might frighten you. It might scare you. And you might have it might bring on ego deaths where you're like, who am I really? Like, what identity am I? Like, who am I, like this person when I'm with these people? Or am I this person? Or am I the person that I am when I'm alone? Or the person that I am when I, am alone in the woods, or when I write music, or etc. Like, there are so many different facets of who and what you are. And you are this master crafter, this master puzzle maker who is taking these pieces and building. I tell you, group one, you are a seer who can see beyond the veils of this reality. And especially on the time of Samhain, that is a very powerful gateway where you can see between worlds. So your powers are actually being amplified. So manifest your dreams. I would take this as an indicator that it is important to focus on what it is that you desire to take place in your reality. Craft the vision in your mind and move towards that. Right? This is all about moving into a new direction in your life. Let go of that which no longer serves with the tower here. Let it go. Let it fall apart. Let it explode. And then with the clarity of the aquamarine here, the aquamarine allows you to see clarity, see truth, and understand, and connect with your heart. Connect with your heart space and allow communication, allow clear, open, authentic communication through your throat chakra. It is this beautiful blending of emerald green and turquoise coming together, this beautiful blending of heart and throat, the ability to express love unconditionally. So take pride in your ability to communicate truth. Because not many people can do this. Not many people can actually express themselves in an openly authentic way. They're constantly trying to, people please, or do what they think other people want them to do. But that just creates this kind of bland expression of soul rather than a key colorful expression of a soul that has so many facets, so many rainbow colors of explosion just waiting to be born. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see the rainbow here. You're leaping through the rainbows of your soul. Like, you are such a colorful being, group one, and you're not afraid to express that. I feel like that's what's coming through, is that you've seen into the depths of yourself. You are a visioneer. I don't even know if that's a word, an imagineer. And you are able to take what you envision and craft it on the material plane. I feel like in the past, maybe you've had trouble crafting your ideas. Like, you've been more of a dreamer. You've been lost in your imaginary world. And you're able, like I said, to jump from being here in this 3D dimension into your imagination like that. And it could have been, tiresome and struggling for you as a person to try to you know, if you're sitting in school or if you're at work and you're trying to do like the job that you've been assigned and you're like daydreaming and you're just in this other dimensional reality where you're like, well, I would rather be here, you know, being a witch or fighting a dragon or sailing the seas than I would, you know, flipping burgers or whatever it is that you like had to do. But yeah, we've all had to do these mundane tasks and our minds stray. But your mind, group 1, is a powerful, powerful force to be reckoned with. You're a weaver of ideas, a weaver of worlds. And your commitment is being tested. This is your opportunity, group 1. Take this chance. Take this power that's coming from this tower and use it as fuel into your reality. Use all of that work that you've been doing in the spiritual realm, all of those imaginary realms that you've been crafting, those stories that you've been working on, whatever it is, now is the time to pull it from those spiritual dimensions through the veil into this reality and make them come to life. Wow. Group 1, I'm so excited to get into your energy. Oh, I keep being drawn to this carnelian here. It's just, I feel like carnelian too is a very powerful stone that you could resonate with right now. And aquamarine, blue, green, and orange. There's this, like, orange is the sacral chakra, right? It's expression. It's connecting to that seductive sexual expression. Use that as fuel to open your heart chakra, and that will help to flush that communication through your throat chakra. So if you have something to say, if you're a musician, if you're a writer or somebody who has something to communicate vocally to the world, now is the time. Ah, I love this. This is majestic. Majestic, group 1. So if this has resonated with you so far, we're going to get into our tarot where we dive a little bit deeper. And I am just going to put your tower card back into the tarot deck that we are about to use. All right. We have the Heaven and Earth Tarot. So, Spirit, group 1, what? Okay, we already have the 7 of Wands coming out for you. This is all about group 1's supernatural powers that are being awoken around the time of Samhain. Oh, it seems like a lot is coming to the surface. These cards are just shooting. There's too many. What do we have? We have Judgment. Wow. Number 20. Major Arcana coming through. This is the time. This is the time of celebration, of expression. Judgment Day has come. There's no other time but now. We're going to try to take reversals today. Rune, reversed. Let's see. Number 10 of Swords. The time of the 10 of Swords is over. Okay? You have freed yourself from this energy of constantly feeling like you aren't enough, constantly feeling like I don't have what it takes to express myself. Spirit is saying, look at the moon. And is this the moon or the sun? We don't know, but it's a light and it is shining over the horizon. Okay? There is this light, there is this vitality that is coming to you, group 1. And it's saying, whoops, leave this 10 of Swords energy behind. You no longer have to fear ruin. You are a light being getting ready to express yourself. We have the 4 of Swords as the bottom deck energy. You've taken so much time, group 1, to step back and meditate on what it is that you truly want out of this reality. You have taken the time, or you're taking the time right now. And this is a very important energy to be in because it allows you to step back and to observe and analyze where it is that you want to put your energy, which is actually what the opening Kano rune is all about. It's about analyzing yourself on the operating table. I literally said that. I said, you, group 1, are the one on the operating table who is being dissected in a way. You have dissected yourself. This is all about taking apart the puzzle and repiecing it back together however many times you need to. Group 1, you have done such an incredible, deep spiritual journey. And you are ready to reap the benefits. Let's get some clarifiers here. We are going to use the Thoth Crowley Tarot, so it might be a little different for some of you, but I resonate with this deck because, yep, my grandma used it. It was her tarot deck, so... Why is Valor here? Sorry, we just jumped to the Ten of Swords. I didn't even go through Valor and Judgment, but Valor, like, Valor, look at that. You're ready. You're in the battle right now. This guy is like, I'm ready for whatever else is coming for me. Like, he's like, I have defeated so many of my, like, shadows. I am ready for whatever is next. Like, he's not afraid at all. Because, look at this. There is rejoicing happening. Look at how happy they are. They're like, yes, finally you're coming through and you're sharing your song. You're not afraid anymore. This is the day. This is the make or break day coming through. No pressure, guys. No pressure. So, Valor, Spirit, can we get a confirmation? Or, sorry. Can we get a clarification for Valor? Why is Valor here for Group 1, Spirit? Group 1. And there's supernatural powers that are being awoken. I tell you, you have taken so much time to meditate, I feel. Oh my goodness. We have the Two of Swords. Peace. This is about taking two different perspectives and merging them together to craft a new one. Okay, so I feel like maybe in the past you've had different ideas of what it is that you want to do. You've been listening to other people and what they've been saying, and you're trying to take all the pieces of the puzzle, put them together, and make something that you actually want to be a part of, something that you want to birth into the world. But you're seeing it from a higher perspective. That's the thing. You're not getting lost in your emotions. You're actually able to see this from a bird's eye view. Like an eagle flying through the sky, you're able to see all of the little pieces working together. Because I don't see any cups here yet. Oh my gosh. Like, you can't... Sorry, guys. You can't even make this up. We have Judgment, Clarifying Judgment. In this particular deck, it's called the Aeon, number 20. Oh my gosh. You are clearing out a karmic cycle, Group 1. This is such powerful energy. With the Tower in the beginning, the Tower was all about breaking apart old pieces of yourself that no longer fit, right? They're pieces of the puzzle that you've outgrown, basically. And so with the Judgment being here, this is the end of an old karmic cycle and the beginning of something new being born. And look at the colors. You have the orange, the blue, there's green in here. Just like I was saying, these are the colors that you need to surround yourself with right now. Obviously, around the time of All Hallows Eve, it's kind of a dark and eerie vibe, but don't feel feel free to share whatever color, whatever expression you desire. But yeah, it's all about, if you've been seeing things like, if you've been getting lost in this third dimension for some of you, like if you feel like so trapped and so locked in here, connect to that inner child that was able to imagine and envision other realities, because that part of you is crying to be opened. And for some of you who feel very connected to your dream world and your imagination, just keep seeing things from a higher perspective. Just keep seeing things like, remember, you can see through all the dimensions of reality as the seer, as the person who can go in and dream and connect to things that haven't even happened yet. I feel like in your dreams, sometimes you might even have things that you might see visions of things that happen before they do. You might hear things in this everyday reality. You might see lights. You might see all kinds of different animals coming to you and different symbols. You might connect with the different elements. Like, there might be moments where you feel like, did you just hear that to everyone? Like, did you hear that? And they're like, no, I didn't. Because that is your third eye awakening. That is your pineal gland cracking open. You're actually connecting to these other dimensional realities where you're able to have these visions. And you are actually going to be given the opportunity to connect to whatever timeline you desire, right? You can manifest your dreams. So whatever vision you feel most inspired to go towards, know that all you need to do is focus on that vision, focus on the feeling and the emotion that you gain when you think about it, and know that that timeline is literally opening up to you. Feel the vision in your heart and release it, and the universe will bring it right back to you. This is the end of a cycle. You are closing out a cycle and opening a new one where you are this supernatural being that has total faith and trust in their visions. You're not going to be questioning what you're seeing anymore. You're going to be understanding it at a deep, deep heart level. It's interesting that there aren't any cups here, but it's like your heart is not encumbered by emotion, but it's encumbered by it's not taken over by emotion. It's fueled by surrender. Like a deep trust in that you know where you're meant to be and you're being guided by something far greater than your human ego, if that makes any sense. Wow, this reading is quite deep, my friends. Why is Rune reversed here, Spirit? It is clearly the end of a cycle. We have the end of a cycle coming through. It's the only reversed one here. We have the Hierophant, number 5, the spiritual guru. I do feel like you are this. I feel like you've always been this spiritual guru, group 1. You may not have known it. You may not have always felt it, but others might have called you a wise being or an old soul because you've connected to something, like I said, that is beyond the egoic mind. There is a power that you hold, a deep, deep wisdom of knowing. You just know things, and you don't maybe know how you know them. And it's something that the human mind can't really grapple with because we like to use logic. We like to be like, oh, I know this because this and this and this. But no, you just feel it. You just resonate deeply with it, and you know. And don't bother yourselves with people who are like, but how do you know? Come on. How do you actually know? No, you're like, you don't need to know how I know. You just need to know. Anyway, sorry if that was a tangent, but the Hierophant clarifying the 10 of Swords. We have lots of swords here. Lots and lots of swords. I feel like you've been analyzing for a while. But there's always been this wisdom that sees through all of this overanalyzing. God, I feel, group 1, you have been overanalyzing for a long time. And that's what's allowed you to come to this tower moment where you're just like, screw this. I am not going to overanalyze anymore. I'm going to break this apart. Let's start from scratch. Figure out what the core of this is. What is the ultimate pure soul being that I am. And the Hierophant is about teaching others to follow that soul's call, to follow that divine bliss. It can also be seen as a kind of conventional card where you might actually be, settling down with someone. You could be settling down alone, you could be settling down with someone, but you're just able to kind of put your roots down and focus on expressing yourself in the material plane, like focus on your abundance. Because you've been overanalyzing for a very, very long time, but you are the spiritual guru, and I feel like you're going to allow so many people you're going to help awaken so many people. But you're the teacher, you're the seer, the one who sees through multiple layers of reality. That's what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is the one that can touch other layers, touch other beings, spiritual beings, connect to them, take their guidance and wisdom and bring it through into this reality. And I feel like for some of you, you could have, addictive tendencies with the devil here. Oh, the devil. And we have the Hermit right below. Okay. The devil is an expressive creature. The devil likes to enjoy earthly pleasures. And I want to say that there is nothing wrong with that. I want to say that the devil likes to play in the ego. And we all have egos. And we are here on planet Earth to experience and learn from them with a balance. To have the Hierophant and the devil side by side it's not as if they're opposing factors, but it's like the Hierophant has gone through the devil energy to come out reborn again, to come out with a higher perspective. Now the devil energy is the ram, is the god Pan. We have the third eye is awoken. It's as if the devil can see through the dimensional layers, just like the Hierophant. But because he can see from such a higher perspective, it allows him to realize that this life on Earth is just a game. We're here to play. We're here to have fun. We're not here to stress and agonize over everything that we have done wrong or everything that we feel we should have done. He's like, no, let's enjoy the fruits. Let's enjoy our life here on planet Earth. Let's savor the sun. Let's dance under the moon. Let's eat these delicious foods and drink wine, etc. The god of pleasure. And pleasure has been demonized by our Western world. Not even just our Western world. A lot of religions like to demonize pleasure because pleasure can become uncontrollable, and we cannot, and the higher powers that be want to be able to control us, right? And they control our egos through controlling our pleasure. So you might have felt like in the past, like, oh, I shouldn't have this chocolate, or I shouldn't, do this thing because it's too much. It's too hedonistic. But there's this balance that you're playing with, Group 1. You're able to see both sides of the coin. You're able to see the light and the dark. You're able to see how it's important to play. It's important to have fun. But then it's also important to connect to that higher wisdom that knows that it doesn't need to have all these, substances or pleasures all the time. There needs to be a balance, an ebb and flow, a give and take. And that's the power of you, Group 1. You're able to see that. You're able to find that balance. Or at least that's what's coming about. If you felt lost and you haven't found your balance in a long time, you're coming into balance now. So I hope that some of that reading resonated with you. We're going to get into your advice and guidance in the oracle cards. I'm just going to take these away. Thank you, beautiful tarot. That was quite the reading, you guys. I don't even know what I said. Hope some of it resonated with you guys. All right, so from the Sufi wisdom. Oh, beautiful. I love this. We have life's purpose. Seek your own deeper vision for life. This is literally what this entire reading has been about. Oh my gosh, it's like unlocking your deeper vision of what it is that you want to manifest and create on the material plane. You're a dreamer. Oh, some of you might even have like long blonde hair. Beautiful. She looks like she's holding like this watery, this vase of water. So you might resonate with being an Aquarius or having Aquarius placements. From the Fairy Oracle, we have Flourish. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Yeah, so this is literally about finding the clarity, finding the awareness, and shedding the light so that you know where it is that you want to move, what direction you want to move in. From Native Spirit, we have Eagle Medicine. Literally from seeing a higher perspective, we just talked about eagles and how, maybe you see all of the different pieces moving underneath you, just like an eagle. That is incredible. Wow, you might really connect with eagles or birds of any kind. From the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have number 23, Peace. I feel like for Group 1, peace is what you crave the most out of anything. You crave peace. And that's why you're such a dreamer. And maybe in the past you felt like it's important that I maintain peace in the material world, so I will keep my dreams to myself. I will keep my inner world sacred rather than expressing it to the world, and worried that it might fall apart. But now, Group 1 with the Tower here, it's time. It's time to let go of that fear and open yourself up. We have I Remember, Soul Plan, the Fated Life versus the Destiny Life. Starseed Oracle. Exactly. You have the opportunity to orchestrate what it is that you want your story to be. You can either be the main character in your story, or you can be a secondary character helping main characters along. But I feel like Group 1, you're stepping into that main character energy here. You're finally stepping up and you're saying, this is my life and I get to decide who it is that I want to be. And I don't want to live in anyone else's shadow. I don't want to live in these energies anymore that are guiding me and pushing me. I want to be the force that guides the reality. Right? And that's so sage again, clarity, helping to cleanse out old negative energies. Very, very useful for you, group 1. And finally, from the light workers, we have initiation by fire, number 22. I can't tell you how much I feel like this is all about you taking this divine dream that you have, group 1, this divine plan, this imagined world, and pulling it into the material plane. Look, she is protected. She is protected by this beautiful white shield, this globe around her, and she is able to manifest her dreams here. So no matter what, your energy is protected. That is the power that you are also gaining, in that you are able to see through all the layers and all the intricate levels of this cosmic puzzle. You are also able to protect yourself now. That is something that is a superpower that kind of goes hand in hand with being a seer, with being a clairaudient or a clairvoyant. You have to be able to protect your energy. So fire might be very, very useful for you right now as kind of like a cleansing element to cleanse out the old and bring in the new. So you might want to light a candle. You might want to go out and have like a bonfire somewhere. But you are the phoenix. That is what the tower energy is. You are falling apart to be reborn again from the ashes in a big fiery expression. I love these two. Oh, look at these two central energies here. They're both of this kind of balanced blonde-haired character. Some of you might have long hair, but this being is an awakened one. An awakened one taking human form, getting ready to express herself on the material plane. Seek your own deeper vision for life. What is your vision, group 1? What is it that you want to manifest? Because you have the superpowers to see into the other realities. Take that divine inspiration and wield it here. So what is it that you want to become? What is it that you want to be? Take that vision, light a candle, and set that intention. There is power here indeed, my friends. Power here indeed. So thank you, my beautiful seers, my beautiful clairvoyants and clairaudience. Thank you, my deeply, deeply protective beings who are always there to watch out for us, always there to guide us. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Thank you, everyone who has come through here today to help awaken and remind group 1 what their powerful supernatural powers are, what their psychic abilities and gifts are. Thank you so much. So if this resonated with you at all, please feel free, like if you feel called to, comment, subscribe, let your friends know about our channel. And if you want to go on the walk, there'll be a list of walks below where we talk a little bit more about how to unlock these powers. What can you do to help awaken this power and jumpstart this psychic ability? So on the walk, we'll connect more with nature spirits outside in the woods. And it's a beautiful misty day out there, so get ready to connect with the beautiful shadow realms and all the trees, and yeah, it's just magical. So thank you so much, and we will see you soon. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the mint bundle with the quartz crystal or the Isa rune for standstill, this is going to be your reading about what supernatural powers are being awoken, or what do you need to know as these powers come into light, okay, around the time of Samhain. So like I said before, Samhain is a very powerful time where there is all these energies coming through beyond the veil of this reality and they can come into this reality. So what has just felt like shadows in the past might feel a bit more dense, might feel a bit more real. So let's get into your reading. With the mint bundle that you chose, mint is a very powerful herb, okay? It opens the door between realities. So not only are the gateways of this dimension opening around the time of Samhain, but this particular herb helps to actually open these gateways further, and it enhances your psychic abilities. And in the garden, it's interesting because mint actually deters pests away from all kinds of plants, so it's a very important companion plant. So this might actually protect you from unwanted energies that are maybe around you. So mint is a very cleansing herb. It's also very cleansing for your physical vessel as well as a digestive. So if that resonates with you, feel free to keep watching. I'll put your, whoop, don't want to catch fire to our mint bundle here. Your tarot card is the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. So you're a very grounded being, group 2. I feel like you're connecting to the earth these days. And you might feel very drawn to trees, to rocks, to all kinds of different nature spirits. And you might have just felt like you're taking a step back from everyday reality, like things that used to bring you joy or excitement aren't maybe doing it the same for you. And you're just finding more joy and peace in isolation, like just taking time for yourself. Spirit is saying with the standstill rune here, it's important to step back and focus on your healing. Your healing. Because in order for your superpower to awaken, you need to have shed the old skin and be reborn. There is a winter that is being called for you here to step back and gestate as a seed would, waiting for spring. It's not the time to take action now. It's the time to surrender. Surrender to life and nature's natural flow. Not trying to wield and craft and push and pull. No, this is a time to step back and watch life's story unfold. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles is he's a slow-moving energy. The knight knows what it is that he desires, but he's not pushing, he's not fighting, he's not battling anyone to get to where he needs to go. He's an isolated knight, just like this rune with the isolation and standstill. He's moving forward steadily. He knows the goal in mind, and he has full trust and surrender. But like I said, he's not forcing things. So this is going to be a very interesting reading. I'm very curious to learn what supernatural power, what psychic ability you have, group 2. So let's get straight into your reading. We have Strength, Earth, the energy is gaining momentum, Waxing Moon, Accepting Challenges, Trust Your Inner Resources. In fact, that one might actually go here. We have a lot, so I don't know if they're all going to fit, but we're going to try. We have the Queen, Woman, Fertility, Feminine Power, and Sexuality and Friendships, number 4. And we have Medicine Mother from the Angels and Ancestors, Honor Your Inner Knowing. Mountains, Stand Your Ground. Petrified Wood from Crystal Spirits, number 43. I'm like, where are we going to put all these cards? I might have drawn too many. You know what? This queen is going to go for later. Sorry to take your queen energy away, but we're replacing it with the Medicine Mother for now. And I'm going to just bring your fairy card over for the wisdom and guidance later, just because there's too many for this particular opening reading. And I think we have enough information here to gain what it is that we need to know. Oh, okay. I just want to bathe in this energy for a minute. Group 2. We were talking about how grounded you were as a being, and I'm seeing with the earth here and the mountains, I feel like you have the ability, group 2, to speak through or from the nature spirits. I feel like you have the ability to connect to the mountains, to the tree spirits, to the animals, to the crystal spirits, and heed that wisdom. Take that wisdom from whatever frequency, whatever form, and share it through language so that other humans can understand what it is that these nature spirits are saying. That is a very powerful gift, to be able to ground that kind of energy and be the communicator, being able to communicate what the earth needs. Now, I feel like in the past, humans were able to listen to the earth and they were able to know what it is that she was guiding them to do. With the medicine mother here, this is an inner knowing. This is an inner knowing that maybe you've always felt connected to Mother Earth. Maybe you've always loved being outside, outdoors, connecting to all the different plants. Maybe you like collecting wildflowers, or you feel really drawn to certain trees. Like, you could just really resonate with being out in nature and just watching the natural flow, right? Nature doesn't try to control things. Nature just lets things fall where they may, right? Like the tree produces all of the, nuts and seeds that it requires, and then it lets them fall. The leaves fall, and then it creates this beautiful blanket for them for the winter. Mother Nature has a plan, but she orchestrates it in such a delicate, such an organic way, right? She's not forcing anything, but it all works together. Like, everything gets done. So whatever it, so it seems like right now, group 2 is a time for you to really find a way to connect to Mother Nature. This petrified wood, it's interesting because it is all about stepping back and taking time. It takes ages for wood to become petrified. I don't even know how many, like thousands of years, but it takes a long time. And the night here is taking a long time. Like, everything seems to be taking a very long time. Like, think of how long it takes for a tree to grow, right? But it grows. That's the thing. Like, this is all happening. You don't need to do anything, group 2. You just need to step back and let the magic unfold. It's like you're a conduit for Mother Nature's, like, expression. So you might walk through the woods and feel called to sing, or feel called to write poetry, or feel called to paint or draw or whatever. Follow that divine inspiration. That is Mother Nature guiding you, inspiring you. You might resonate, for some of you, you might resonate with being a healer of herbal medicine. So you might feel drawn to working with different plant medicines, making concoctions and tinctures and salves, and trying to heal people through plant medicine with the Earth Mother here, the Medicine Mother. Trust your inner resources. Honor your inner knowing. Trust your inner resources. There is an inner power that is brewing beneath the surface, group 2, and it is waiting to be expressed for you. I feel like our society tries to take us and push us into certain roles that maybe we don't feel drawn to or we don't feel connected to. And it is up to us to have the strength to become that being that beats to her own drum or his own drum, that knows what it is that our soul craves and desires. And that is your mission, group 2, to figure out what it is that Spirit is guiding you to do. And I feel like for a lot of you, Spirit is guiding you to go and connect to the natural world. If as a child you felt so connected to the natural world, you're being called to go back out there again. You're being called to feel the earth, feel the ground. I feel like you might want to go on one of the spirit walks that I have listed below. So pick a leaf, go on a spirit walk, and connect to the spirits. Maybe you want to start going on your own little spirit walks. Maybe you feel very connected to different spirit animals. You might feel very drawn to different animal spirits that come through to you when you're on a walk. Maybe you see like butterflies or bird spirits, or you could see all kinds of things or hear things. That's Spirit communicating with you. Whenever the wind blows through the trees in a certain way, maybe you hear something in that. Maybe there's a voice, maybe there's a subtle word, maybe there's a feeling, but there is something that is being communicated to you through the natural world. Very, very powerful reading here, group 2. Look at the sun. I feel like this is the sun glowing on this particular being here. It's illuminating her. I feel like it's important to trust your own inner light, but also take the time to enjoy the sun. And we're in the northern hemisphere, so the sun is slowly disappearing. So take the time now to go out in the sun if you can, and just connect to that beautiful luminary in the sky. And same with the moon here. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon, it is gaining momentum. The night is moving forward. The tree is growing. The earth is spinning. Things are happening, but you don't need to push it. You need to step back and let things unfold naturally. If you feel called to do something, do it, but don't force things. So we're going to get into your tarot now. I absolutely am just enraptured by this reading. I love this earth energy coming through here. Just absolutely stunning. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much, group 1, or sorry, group 2. I keep saying group 1. Thank you so much, group 2, for sharing that energy. Let's get into your tarot. So we are going to start with the Heaven and Earth Tarot. We're going to actually take your Knight of Pentacles energy and put it back into the deck here. So for group 2, Spirit, what supernatural psychic abilities are being awoken? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Material trouble. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Those cards just shot out and okay, I can't. That's too many. But I don't even know what that means. This material trouble just like knocked over these candles and I can't relight them because there's too much wax. I feel like this is coming to an end. But you are being guided to take the time for yourself, group 1. Group 2. I think it's this Issa rune here. It's number 1, so I just keep thinking number 1. Okay, no. 2. Group 2. All right, we also had the World come out. Oh my goodness. This is okay. Fascinating. Okay, we have the Hermit. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. Jeez, you guys. Bottom deck energy is the Queen of Pentacles. This is beautiful energy. It was a bit of a rough, rocky start here, okay? But we're coming through. We're coming through. Oh my goodness. Okay, what are we seeing here? Group 2. With the center of your reading, we have the World and the Hermit, okay? The World is the end of a cycle, but it is such an expressive, such a dynamic, such a freeing card because this being has finally reached her end goal. She's reached the end goal where she's able to connect to all of the different beings. Like, look, you have lion here, you have ox, you have eagle, you have human. This being is able to connect to all of the different parts of not only herself, but within this reality, on this earth plane, she's able to connect to these other beings. She's able to hear the calls of these other beings and incorporate them into her dance of freedom, her dance of self-expression. So maybe for some of you, you're dancers. Maybe for some of you, you're some sort of like, I want to say like expressor. That's not a word, but like somebody who likes to express themselves physically or through their voice or through their hands. This is a call saying you don't need to be afraid anymore to take a step towards this dream of feeling fulfilled, of feeling freedom. But that's the thing. This is a dance of surrender. She's not forcing anything. She's reached a state in her life where she's able to dance between worlds. She's able to dance without feeling encumbered by people's judgments. She's overcome all of that. There's no fear anymore. There's no fear. This expression is authentic. This expression is freeing. And with that, it's interesting because there are 2 energies coming here with the Hermit here. The Hermit is all about taking the time to go within. So it really, really connects with this Issa rune, with this entire reading of taking the time to step back and go within. To gestate inside of your shell. Understand the shadows that lurk within you. It's very important for a shaman or a healer like yourself, group 2, somebody who's very deeply connected to the natural world and to the spirit world, to have one's foot in the shadows, but also have one's foot in the physical, like, I don't want to say physical world necessarily, but I'm getting this, an introvert versus an extrovert. I feel like you're dancing a fine line between being this introverted being and this extroverted soul. And you're like, for some of you, okay, this is what I'm getting. For some of you, you would prefer to just, be alone, take the time to just be alone and connect with your own thoughts and do what it is that you want to do, whether you have hobbies that you want to focus on, whether you have a career that you want to focus on, whether you have a relationship that you want to focus on. You just want to take the time for yourself and kind of not really necessarily connect with other people's energies. Whereas this being wants to express themselves to the world. And there's this worry behind it that, like, no matter which one you choose, it's going to be maybe the wrong one. So I'm just going to take a sip of tea. But Spirit is saying that no matter which decision you take, the 10 of Pentacles awaits you. You're becoming the Queen of Pentacles. You're becoming so abundant in whatever it is that you decide to do. But remember, she's not controlling things. She has surrendered. So if you feel called to express yourself, to showcase your talents to the world, do so. But always remember to always take a step back into your own inner world and say, is this really what I want? Is this really who I want to become? That's very important for being able to craft and create this 10 of Pentacles, this abundance. Because your end goal, this energy here, is that you are grounded. You are this queen. You are this being that is able to connect to the mountains, to connect to the nature spirits. Look, she has this ram beside her. She's in the forest. So for some of you, the call of the forest is, what's the word? The call of the forest is inevitable. If it hasn't already happened, you will feel maybe drawn to go there. Maybe you want to live in the woods. Maybe you want to travel to a place where there are forests, wild forests where you can connect. Maybe you want to go on a spiritual journey, like a pilgrimage or something. Maybe you want to, if you really resonate with becoming like a shaman healer or something, you might want to go on your own independent spiritual journey. And that could mean, like, not only do shamans like go within, just meditate and go within, they actually live alone. They actually go and they take the time to go on a spiritual journey, like through the woods or maybe backpacking or something, like taking the time. And I feel that's like where you're really going to find that abundance is by befriending yourself, group 2, by befriending not only your shadows, but befriending that being that clearly wants to express itself to others. So let's get some clarifiers. Holy smokes, that was like a long-winded thing, and I'm trying to find, here it is. The Shadowscape Tarot. We're going to get into that. All right. Why is material trouble here? The 5 of Pentacles, Spirit. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? Literally ended right on it. So we know that it's meant to be. We have the 8 of Pentacles, Prudence. So this is all about weaving and working and building something, right? But carefully crafting it. This spider here, like, think of a spider, how long they take to create their web. Right? They work so, they're artists. They work so tirelessly to create this perfect woven structure to almost, like, I don't want to say trap their dreams, but to bring their dreams, to bring their dinner to them, right? So they're like artists, they're manifestors. So this 8 of Pentacles energy is a really important energy for you to step into, group 2, to step out of this 5 of Pentacles energy of feeling the lack into starting to build and work on something, okay? But slowly, delicately, not forcing anything, just going with the flow and seeing, like, okay, where is it that I feel like I might want to put my energy, Not like, I have to do this. So-and-so said that I have to do this, so I have to. No. Just take a step back. Where is it that you want to put your energy? We have the 5 of Pentacles again. surrounding the world here. There is such a fear that you're not enough, that you're not going to be enough when you make this decision to either step back or to step into this light. You are enough, group 2. You will have enough. You will have this abundance. I think it's important that you really go and connect with your inner queen. You have this inner abundance that's always there waiting to be expressed. You don't need to feel this lack anymore. But I think it's important that you take this hermit energy, that you go within and you connect with that oasis, that immortal oasis that lives inside of all of us. And that will really help you to overcome this 5 of Pentacles energy, because you are this dancer. You are this free spirited being that doesn't need to be locked away, feeling like not sorry for itself, but look how sad this being is. And this butterfly is like, no, like, look, we can transform, we can fly, we can become anything that we want. We are magical manifestors. You, group 2, are a healer. You're a divine being who is here to be the conduit between Mother Nature and our planet. I feel like you're here to help heal not only humanity, but the world. And you can do that through your ability to connect to these different elements. You're an elemental, group 2. And I feel like for some of you, oh my gosh, for some of you, you are trapped in a space where you aren't able to connect to Mother Nature. You need to get outside. You need to go and hug a tree. You need to connect with her. I'm not forcing you. I'm just saying, if you feel like you've been trapped behind like 4 walls for too long or whatever it is, you need to open your world up so that you see a vast expanse. You need to see abundance to believe it. Sometimes you need to actually see it. So go out into Mother Nature, connect to a tree, connect to the woods, connect to the elements, the air, the stones, whatever it is. Why is the Hermit here, Spirit? You need to feel that abundance to get out of that lack mentality. Woo! For some of you. For some of you, if you're in that lack mentality, you need to surround yourself with abundance. This 3 of Swords was reversed, so I'm just going to put it here. I do feel like you've healed something in the past, you've overcome some sort of emotional trauma, and you've done a lot of inner work with the Hermit here. I feel like you already have done a lot of healing. And for healers, a lot of the time we go through very traumatic experiences, because that is how we are going to be able to share our healing. We have to know how to heal ourselves first to be able to heal other beings, right? So I feel like maybe you've been through a bit of an emotional upheaval. It could have been some sort of physical ailment that happened. It could have been some sort of emotional experience, spiritual. Of course, you know, these different incidents, these different painful experiences, they often touch all forms of us. They touch our spiritual, they touch our physical, they touch our psychological, they touch everything. But I feel like you've done a lot of work, and it's saying that you're ready to focus on something. You're ready to take what you've learned and start to ground it. Where is it that you want to put your energy? So, oh my goodness. Okay. So the 10 of Pentacles clarifying, we have the 5 of Wands. Look at that. Look at that image with the foxes. I'm really trying to understand this 5 of Wands, because I feel like the 5 of Wands is strife. And these foxes are like dancing around this particular warrior here. I feel like for some of you, you've had a lot of balls up in the air. And what I mean, like, there's been a lot of obstacles. There's been a lot of things kind of like maybe preventing you from not only accessing your psychic gifts or whatever power you've had, but yeah, there's just been obstructions along the way. And you're asking yourself, like, am I where I'm meant to be? Like, where am I meant to put this energy? You've been fighting and fighting and fighting all of these other energies that are trying to maybe take from you, and who want you, and who need you. I feel like for some of you, you just need to like step away. You need to isolate yourself with this Issa rune. That is what it's about. It's about isolation. It's about standstill. It's about pulling yourself back to your own energy to figure out who and what it is that you desire in your life. And that's how you're going to be able to attract this 10 of Pentacles. It's hard for you to attract wealth and stuff if you're constantly giving your energy, your time, and your vitality away. And as somebody who is that messenger between the spiritual, natural world and this kind of physical world of humans, it's important that you pull yourself together and cleanse out those unwanted energies. And the mint here is a very, very useful herb for that. Very cleansing, very healing, to be able to remove toxic energies from your life. And I think that's what you need to do. And if that takes you stepping away, moving away, literally, physically moving away, then that's what you need to do. Oftentimes, though, we can create like protective shields, energetic shields to protect us from these unwanted energies. And you might really want to look into that. Your bottom deck energy is the Page of Wands. Look at that. This is somebody who wants to be able to express themselves, who wants to be able to share their love, their light with the universe, with the world. But it's really hard to do that when you're giving all your time and your energy away. It's really hard to do that when you don't know where it is that you are meant to put your energy. And if you don't take the time for yourself, if you don't take the time to step back, you can't know what it is that you desire. You can't know where it is that you ought to put your energy, because you have so many voices in your ear telling you what it is that you're meant to do. And then you're going to feel like frustrated or regret because you're like, that's not where I want to put my energy. I knew all along that this was what I wanted to do, but then you didn't. And, it just adds to all of this Five of Wands energy, this conflict, this strife. But there is this deeply, deeply spiritual being here who needs to go and find themselves. Okay? With the Hermit, with the World, with the Page. You have the Page and the Queen. You need to go and find yourself. Because I know that you have this Queen energy. But I think you just need to start all over again and become a Page. Because this is who you're becoming. You're becoming this Queen of Pentacles. But you've got to start with, first and foremost, finding what it is that makes your heart sing and connecting with your youthful self again. Finding that thing that brings joy to your life. And once you do that, then you'll be able to share the wisdom with others. But you have to fulfill your heart first. You have to fulfill your soul before you can really help fulfill others. So we're going to get into your more oracle cards and guidance for you guys. This has been quite the reading, you guys. I really hope that some of this has resonated. Okay, I'm going to get your oracles out, and I'll be there in a second. So welcome to the advice and guidance portion, where we are connecting with your divine spirit team here, angels, ancestors, and guides. And so I brought the Queen energy from the beginning of our reading because we didn't have room, but also I feel like there is this divine feminine energy that's coming through, especially now at the end of this reading. A divine feminine energy. It could be an angel, it could be an ancestor. It's someone, some spirit that's coming through and calling to you to help connect to your heart chakra, to reconnect to your heart chakra, because Mother Earth vibrates at a frequency of love and surrender. And I feel like for a lot of you with this blue and emerald energy here, there's this call, like I said throughout the reading, to connect to our earth, to connect to the spirit of water, because water is the life force that gives sustenance to all living creatures on planet Earth. We all require water to live, to breathe. Hold on one second. Sorry, I just had to let my dog in. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you're being called to connect to the spirit of water, whether that's a river, whether that's an ocean, whether that's the water that you drink. Whatever it is, it's important that you understand that water has a particular energy attached to it. Like it takes on whatever energy is around it, okay? It's very susceptible to emotion, right? Because water is emotion. We are made of water. And so it's important that you cleanse your water if you can. Cleanse it with a crystal, like in the mint stick here. Cleanse it with a crystal. Cleanse it with a meditation. Give love to your water if you can. And give love to the water that you might connect with in nature, whether it's the rivers, whether it's creeks, whatever it is, whether it's the rain. And Spirit is also saying it's important to take the time to ask for help, and not saying help from humans, like not necessarily humans, although you can if you feel called to. But Spirit is saying that it's important to take the time to ask for angelic help, to take the time to ask for help from beings in the higher realms who can see all the pieces of the puzzle kind of working together. And they can actually be the ones who can help guide you in the direction of your soul, of your heart. So with this feminine energy, the queen here, we're being called to step into that divine feminine energy. And that divine feminine energy is the energy of surrender, the energy of letting things flow where they may, of unconditional love. The Ascension Rainbow Bridge is here. You can see here her throat chakra. Well, it's interesting because her heart is clearly the thing that is open here, but the color is violet and blue, and then you have the green. And actually, I'd say all of her chakras are open right now. She's flowing, she's connected to that inner oasis, and she's alone, she's not with other beings necessarily, although she might have the guidance and the wisdom from them, connecting to her through her third eye chakra. But I do feel like she's taken the time to go within, and that's where she's finding this inner light, this inner awareness, this inner guide. And that's going to allow you to, on the material plane, take this feminine surrender energy and express it in this material plane, whether it's through sexuality, whether it's through friendships, whether it's through your dealings with it could be growing plants, it could be using the herbs of Mother Nature and helping to heal others. But it's important to take the time to see things from this higher perspective with the big picture thinking here. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired idea. You might really connect with the Pleiades. You've got the love, Hadrian energy, codependency, boundaries. So it's important, like I said, to take your energy and pull it back and make sure that you are not giving your energy into toxic situations or relationships that are taking from you. You want to surround yourself with an energy that can give to you. And that's why it's important to step back and step back and pull the energy in from these higher realms, these angelic realms, where the energy is pure, the energy is unencumbered by negative thought forms, right? This is fresh, clean energy. And it's interesting, you have the rainbow here too from the Fairies Oracle, cosmic rainbow, look for the pot of gold and accept joy. I feel like you're being called to find the color, the light, the expression inside of yourself. It's really all about connecting with your higher self, taking the time to breathe. That's really important for you to gain this grounding, this harmonious relationship with Mother Earth, so that you can start to share her messages, so that you can start to heal through Mother Nature. But you really need to, like I said, create a space, create a sacred healing space where you can go that is protected, that has protective layers guarding your energy from other unwanted energies, lower vibrational thought forms even. Because it's so important nowadays with everything that's going on in the news and everything that's going on with everyone. Like, it's important to create a sacred space where you feel safe, where you feel like you can trust and surrender to your energetic flow that's happening through you, rather than having to always be constantly bombarded by social media things that make us feel like less than what we are, or negative news that keeps popping up everywhere. It's important that you expand your energetic field, you expand your power, and that will help to raise the awareness and the vibrations of others around you. But it's really important to go out into nature. I keep reiterating this because Mother Nature puts off an energetic frequency of love, of surrender, like I said. And for you to be that messenger, that spiritual guru that Mother Nature can actually like use to spread her message, it's important that you learn from Mother Nature. It's important that you learn from the spirit of water, that you learn from the spirit of air, earth, fire, that you connect with these elements, that you connect with these animal spirits. Learn from them. Like a lot of indigenous cultures, they learn from the earth around them because they live within the habitats. They live within these, whether it's the plains, whether it's the forest, they live in the natural habitat of that world. And so that's why they feel so called to connecting with these spirit creatures, these spirit animals, these elements, because they are such an integral part of their life force. Whereas in like society, we are taken away from a lot of what makes us truly human. We're taken away from our ancestry of connecting with the trees, of connecting with the fungi and watching these natural systems flow. And so it's really important that you come back to that you focus on coming back to the natural rhythm of your own being, but also Mother Nature can help you connect with that circadian rhythm inside of yourself, with connecting to the chakras. There are so many different plants that you can learn from to help you remember who and what you are. Like there's so much that you can learn from the mushroom kingdom. There is so much you can learn about from the beaver people. Like there are so many wise beings out in Mother Nature who've lived and breathed this earth for thousands of years, and they remember, they know, they have the wisdom, and it's a wisdom that we have but has gone dormant because of where we live. So go to the woods, go to nature, find your bliss in Mother Nature, connect with it, and be the conduit, be the guide, the medicine, the healer, the worker that can take these spiritual messages of healing, these spiritual messages of harmony and love, and share them with the world. So thank you so much, Group 2. I hope that some of this resonated. Thank you so much for being a part of this reading. Your supernatural gifts are so incredible. I can't wait to feel them expressed on the material plane. I feel like I can already feel some of them. So thank you so much for sharing your energy. Please feel free to like. If you want to subscribe, comment, share these messages with others. Like if other people would resonate with this video, please feel free to share it with them. And if you're interested in going on one of the walks through the woods where you can connect to the nature spirits, those will be linked below in the different leaf videos. So it's a beautiful walk through the mist around the time of Samhain. So it's information on how you can awaken your spiritual powers even more through the nature spirits. So thank you, and we will see you again soon. Bye. Hello, Group 3. If you chose the lavender bundle with the amethyst, then this is going to be your reading about what supernatural powers are being awoken within you around the time of Samhain. So these could be psychic powers, healing powers, all kinds of different energetic expressions of your soul coming through. Or if you chose the rune Sowelu, we are going to get into your reading. I'm so sorry, Group 3. Just before starting your reading, I took a sip of tea and it scorched the entire roof of my mouth and down my throat. And so I'm sorry if I don't talk very loudly. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do this reading, actually. So some of you might be suffering from throat pains, and if you are, my heart goes out to you. But we are talking about healing, and so it's interesting that you chose this group because lavender is a very, very healing herb. Okay, it's been used for thousands of years to help combat anxiety, to help soothe and relax the human body. It's a very intuitive herb, a very peaceful herb. It helps us just get into the natural flow of everything without having to try to control all the time. And Sowelu is the rune of wholeness, okay? It's the sun energy. Seeking after wholeness is the spiritual warrior's quest, and yet what you're striving to become in actuality is already what you are. You must become conscious of your essence and bring it into form, expressing it in a creative way. Sowelu marks a time of regeneration right down to the cellular level. So group 3, you could have had something that has happened in your life where you are being forced to rebuild your entire world, your entire body. And when I say world, I mean your body, your vessel, that which you call home. You could have to rework your identity because your soul's purpose is actually being ignited through this transformation. This is a very powerful reading. I'm feeling I feel like you've been through a lot of trauma, group 3, and I don't want to trigger anyone. I'm just saying that I feel like this group in particular has felt a lot of emotional pangs in their life, and I just want to give you my love and send you these healing energies right now. So we're just going to get into your reading. If this doesn't resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile. Otherwise, we will get into your oracle cards. I'm just going to pause the video. Your tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and the wheel is constantly spinning in our lives. It spins into darkness, it spins into light, it spins into chaos, it spins into peace. And I feel like you, group 3, you have been riding this wheel, okay? You have fallen apart, you've been rebuilt, you're fallen apart, you've been into dark caverns, you've been through agony, you've been through ecstasy. There's a myriad of color that you've experienced. And I just feel like through all of these facets, you are going to learn how to spin the wheel and stop the wheel to be the one to craft your destiny. You're going to get to choose and decide, having been through so many different cycles, which path it is that you want to choose, which direction it is that you want to follow. So I feel like you're a very intuitive being. That's part of your supernatural powers, that you're very intuitive. You're able to see all the sides of the coin. You're able to see all these different pathways, and you're able to discern between, whose messages you should follow, whose paths you should listen to. And you're able to navigate and find the right spiritual leaders that might actually guide you to where you're meant to be, people who can actually inspire you and help to heal various traumas that you might have been through. I feel like you've been around this wheel, you've been looking and twisting and turning, and just, I feel like up is down, like you've just been through so many different stormy seas and so many dimensions of time and space, and you're looking to find that calm. And I feel like this reading is very interesting because I feel like you are a healer, group 3. You're a healer because you've been through so many aspects of breaking yourself apart and learning about all the different reflections of yourself. And that's really going to help you when it comes to offering advice and offering healing to others, because I do feel like your supernatural power is going to be to connect like the roots of a tree to all of the different parts of yourself, and it's going to allow you to pull out these pieces of wisdom and share them with the world. I feel as though you're a healer, though what tools you might use still remain a mystery to us here. So this is fascinating energy. We're just going to pull out your oracle cards now. We have Celestite as your gemstone, number 15. The Lady of the Lake, number 8. Transformation, beautiful. The Giveaway, number 23. We have Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. I do feel like there is a lot of contemplation here for you. A lot of going within, but a going within to your emotions, it seems. And look, we have the Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. We have a lot of cards for you, so I'm just going to pause this video to try to make them fit. Okay, I'm not sure if I can actually fit them all, but we will try. We have Ending a Trauma, Transforming Memories and Symptoms. Honestly, group 3, you are ending some sort of karmic cycle, some sort of deep-seated trauma in your life. You've been working really hard to overcome something. This is beautiful. Okay, we have meditate and contemplate over here. And then we have, I'll try to put your water guardian down here. Hopefully you can still see her. And then we have magic guardian, unlock the magic within. Well, that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing today, trying to unlock our magic. This is so exciting, group 3. Ooh, let's get into your energy here. Okay, what are we seeing? The Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility, number 8. The Lady of the Lake gives me very high priestess vibes, but at the same time, she is deeply connected to her emotions, but I feel like she has been in the lake, I feel like, for so long that her emotions no longer bother her. She knows when the waves are going to kick up. She knows when it's going to be calm and peaceful. She knows when there's going to be a thick mist. She knows when the lake is going to freeze. She's fully aware of the cycles of life, just like this beautiful Wheel of Fortune here. She's aware of the cycles. She knows what's coming. And so she has now that responsibility. When she feels intuitively like there is a change coming, she takes like action in a way. She's prepared is what I want to say. There's been so much transformation in your life recently, group 3. You've transformed into this deeply mature emotional being. And I feel like that is what is going to give you the chance to unlock this magic, because you've conquered your emotions in a way, like not conquered them, but accepted them and grown to connect with them in a way where you don't judge them, where you don't get lost in them. You're connecting with your emotions deeply here with the water guardian. And look, we have new moon in Pisces. Pisces energy is water. It's a new beginning. Your perception of your emotional realm is being refreshed. It's being revitalized. Okay? You're giving away, this is beautiful, the giveaway. You're giving away your past traumas. And you're no longer holding on to negative emotions that have in the past maybe held you back from your dreams. With Celestite here too. Celestite is the angelic gemstone. So Celestite allows us to communicate with our angels, okay, our angelic help. And I feel with all this purple and blue, I feel like you are connecting to your crown chakra. You are connecting to these higher dimensional levels of yourself through like the cellular regeneration. There's a huge transformation, group 3, that is happening to you. And that is what is encouraging this supernatural power, which I feel you've had all along. It's just being awoken, especially right now in this particular phase of the planetary alignments. I don't know, I just feel like the angels are here to heed your call. If you call out to them, if you ask for advice and guidance, the angels will help to guide you. They might guide you through dreams, they might guide you just through peace, feeling emotionally just peaceful. And that's interesting because that is what lavender is for. It is here to help relax us, to help give us peace when we feel stressed or something like that. So burn lavender if you can, connect with lavender. It's a very healing herb. But I do feel like some huge, painful, energetic leech almost is being released. You're not holding onto this trauma anymore. You're releasing it, almost as if you would like place something in the water and watch it flow away. It's disappearing into the rivers, and it's being transformed and transmuted as it reaches the sea to become one again. I feel like you are literally giving something away. This is beautiful, and your magic is being unlocked. Your power is being unlocked. You might have felt weak for so long going through these cycles again and again and again, but no, you're coming out revitalized. You're coming out as a new being. Literally, your DNA, your genetics is being altered and healed at a molecular level. Like this is powerful healing. I feel like for many of you, you might even be called to become Reiki healers, energy healers, working with different energies, working with the angels to help bring down this higher dimensional frequencies of healing, to help heal so many traumas from people. You might want to go into therapy of like counseling, but you might also want to go into physical therapy. But yeah, Reiki might be significant. Shamanism, I know that a lot of people who are wanting to help heal others' traumas, shamanism is a very, very healing, helpful method in which you can help heal your shadows through journeying and going on different dreaming kind of adventures, in a way, learning a lot about yourself through the safety of your own bed, your own home. So this is beautiful energy. If you resonate with this, we're going to get into the tarot. This is so, I just feel like you've been through so much, group 3, and you've come through it, and it's just so inspiring. Like, you're so deeply inspiring, group 3. I feel blessed to get to be in this energy. It's almost as if like you're like an old soul who's been through so much, and I feel like there's so much wisdom to gain from you. I'm just going to move your cards over here so we have a clean table. Oh, We've got to put your tarot card back in the deck as we shuffle. So group 3, Spirit, what is their supernatural power that is being awoken around this time of Samhain? Group 3, Spirit, I'm using the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Oh, we don't want to have any fires. 8 of Swords, shortened force. It feels like in the past you have been just tied, blinded, tied, unable to move forward, stagnant, not knowing what to do, because I feel like for some of you, you have been like physically, I don't want to trigger anyone, but you might have been dealing with a physical illness. You could have been dealing even with a mental illness, or just dealing with a lot of trauma, and it's just kind of there's a word for it, not isolated you, but it's frozen you, it's trapped you in this particular energy, and you've just been going through cycle and cycle and trying to free yourself from this. And that's what the Rune of Wholeness is all about. It's the spiritual warrior's journey to go and travel through all of these different layers of the self, and heal all of the different layers, all of the different childhood wounds, all of the different past life traumas. You're a very powerful, powerful soul, group 3. What else, Spirit? What else? What other messages for what supernatural power is being awoken for group 3? We have peace, the 2 of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups, beautiful energy coming through, and we have the 5 of Swords. That one was on the bottom, so that, and then the bottom deck energy is the Hanged Man. Okay, interesting. Let's see. With the Ace of Cups in the center of this reading, I want to say that a new emotional beginning is happening for you. With all of the oracle cards that you received, with the Water Guardian and the Lady of the Lake, I feel as though you are deeply, deeply connected to Water Group 3, and deeply connected to your emotions. And perhaps you had a lot of emotional traumatic experiences in your life that have, disconnected you from different emotional bodies, and you might have to work on reconnecting with those different parts of yourself throughout your life to feel whole again, the wholeness rune. But I feel like that is coming. You've been through so much. You've done so much healing and so much work. And the Ace of Cups is the opportunity for a new emotional beginning for you. A new emotional perspective. The Hanged Man is all about changing one's perspective. And I feel like your perspective has shifted so many times through the Wheel of Fortune energy. I feel like that is what you are here to do, group 3, is to be deeply connected to your emotions, seeing reality from a higher perspective and making peace with them. In fact, you may have the call to express yourself through sound healing. Water is incredibly healing, okay? We live through water. We need water as our sustenance, but water also holds memory. And I feel like your body, since we're made of water, there's a lot of memories that have been imprinted in your body, and you're learning how to cleanse these different parts of yourself, to heal these different watery areas of yourself, the watery areas of your soul, through various energetic healings. And it seems like this is going to be your call, Group 3. You are going to be called to heal people through sound and through water. Like, I'm not sure exactly how you will do this, but yeah, there's something about water and something about sound coming through here. And something about a calmness. Like, maybe you're a musician and you're going to play like the singing bowls, but like singing cups with water, but you might also just want to vocalize like your voice, like share your voice with the world. But making peace with your shadows, making peace with this darkness, knowing that there is a voice that needs to be heard here, knowing that yes, you've faced defeat, you've gone through so many defeats in your life, or what feel like defeats, but they're really not. They're really fuel. It's really fuel here to help guide you, to help push you forward. Let's get some clarifiers, guys. Why is the 8 of Swords here, Spirit? 8 of Swords for Group 3. And what supernatural power? Okay, that is too many, and we don't want to set fire to things, Spirit. Come on. Spirit is saying you are the phoenix. You are the phoenix, Group 3, rising from the ashes. We have the 8 of Pentacles, clarifying the 8 of Swords. 8. Okay. To me, 8 is balance. 8 is Libra energy. So you might resonate with Libra as an energy. Maybe you have Libra in your chart, but 8s are showing up here. And this is balance. This is harmony. This is finding harmony and kind of a coherence within one's soul, balancing the desires and needs of the ego, balancing them with the wisdom of the soul and the spirit. So I do feel like with the 8 of Pentacles here, you've done a lot of work, Group 3. You've done so much work. And it may not seem like it's work on the material plane necessarily, but it's work that you've done within. It's work that you've done within to free yourself from the shackles of this 8 of Swords energy. And this 8 of Pentacles, this is going to show in the material world very, very soon. I just want to make sure that you can see that. Okay, let's get a clarifier for the 2 of Swords. Peace. Why is peace here, Spirit? You're going to, you know what I feel? I feel like, yes, you've been through, you'll have had to work a lot to get to where you are, but once you are there, I feel like everything is just going to fall into place. I feel like you've had a really, really tough early life. And I feel like it's just going to, like, with this change of perspective that's coming through, with this deep quest that you've been into the darkness of the shadowy parts of your soul, like you've been through so much trauma and so much healing and so much trauma and healing. I feel like once you have released all of that, you're going to just be able to fly. It's going to feel like you have wings. So for peace, I'm not taking reversals. We have number 20, Judgment. What were we talking about singing? This being here is using a flute to sing to these butterflies. And butterflies, as we know, is a symbol of transformation. So you, Group 3, you've made peace with the fact that this transformation that you're going through is part of your divine purpose. In the beginning, you might have resisted it. You might have felt like, why is this happening to me? Like, why is this happening to me and not someone else? But you've made peace with your transformation, and I feel like you're able to finally start to express yourself. Like, you're reaching a place where you're actually going to want to express what you have learned, express what you've discovered through the darkness. You're going to want to express your emotions again and rejoice. This is going to be it's a beautiful time coming for you. Your supernatural power, honestly, is going to be to inspire people. Not only are you going to be a healer, healing people through, it could be like music, it could be art, it could be something to do with water, but emotional healing, that's what it is. Sorry, I'm slow, but yeah, emotional healing. So as poets, as artists, we heal people through emotions, right? We use our emotions as fuel to write these powerful, inspiring tales or music or whatever it is. And I feel like that's what you're going to be here to do. You're going to be here to inspire and awaken and heal so many people's. You're going to be able to heal their traumas almost through just singing, just through music, just through emotion, just through sharing your own emotions from a higher perspective. You're going to be able to heal masses of people. The Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups. This is such beautiful energy. Look at you. Look at you, group 3. You're the Queen of Cups. You're not a page. You're not a princess. You're the queen. Okay, this is a being who is entirely connected to her emotions. She's dancing under the water with these sea turtles here. And the sea turtles are a symbol of wisdom. They live for 100+ years, living in the oceans, climbing up onto the shores, and then climbing back into the water again. Like they're both emotional beings, but they're grounded beings. And so I feel like you're grounded in your emotions. You're able to dance through the dark and light, the pain, the passion, the love, the loss. You're able to dance through all of it. And that is going to inspire and awaken so many different souls. Gosh, supernatural powers coming through. You guys are going to just shake the world with your beauty, shake the world with your wisdom that is going to come through all of the emotional experiences that you've had. There's so much to work with here, group 3. You've experienced and been through so much. And you're just going to get to inspire so many souls. This is so beautiful. You're a queen, right? Like, you're going to be guiding and leading people forth out of the darkness. We have the 3 of Cups. And it's interesting because in defeat, the 5 of Swords, he's holding 3 swords, even though there's 2 on the ground. Here we have the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is a celebration, a joy, an exchange of love. You're going to get to connect with friends. Soul family is coming to you, group 3. Group 3, 3 of Cups. And the bottom deck energy is the Ace of Pentacles. This is stunning. Okay, sorry, I'm like really excited and really, I don't even feel my throat pain anymore. So the healing that has happened has been monumental. It's been so fast paced. I feel like you're getting to a space in your healing journey, group 3, where things are just going to start picking up because your superpower is that you are a healer. And so you're almost done your healing journey so that you're going to be able to help so many other people. This is so exciting. I mean, we're never done our healing, but the bulk of your healing is about to be completed. The bulk of this particular cycle is about to end and be reborn with the Ace of Cups here. Okay, the 3 of Cups is about celebrating. It's about coming together with like minds and sharing in your emotions, sharing your love, sharing your passion, your ideas. This is beautiful. The Ace of Pentacles, another new beginning, right? The Wheel of Fortune is stopping at this new beginning, and it's the opportunity for you to finally rebuild. Okay? You're getting to rebuild yourself, rebuild this identity, rebuild who you truly are, and then you're going to get to express it to the world. There is such abundance coming through for you, group 3. There's so much abundance that is getting ready to be born. It's such a powerful heart energy. I feel like a heart opening energy with these green and gold coming through here. A deeply connected energy to the heart and the ability to finally express your emotions. I feel like you've been cocooning for a very long time, gestating like a seed. And soon it's going to be your time to sprout and share your colors with the world. Because you already hold this wisdom. Okay, you've just been relearning it through all of these different experiences, but there is a deep wisdom within inside of you. And like I said, you're going to be a person that people look up to, that people look to for guidance, and they look to for healing. So whether you're a healer through energetic healing, whether you're a healer through music, you could be a healer through physiotherapy. You could be a healer of aromatherapy, a healer of so many different types of healing out there in the world. Shamanism. But you're going to heal so many people, group 3. Like, I want to cry with how beautiful this reading is, because it's a story. I feel like I'm seeing this story unfolding. Connect to water is what I'm hearing. Find a way to connect to water. That's really going to help you to just feel at peace with your emotions. If you don't already feel at peace with your emotions, find a way to connect with water and just sit with it and be at peace with it. Okay, I feel like a lot of divine inspiration will come to you as you sit next to water, as you watch water move, as you connect with water, as you feel water. When you're bathing, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're drinking water, whatever it is, there is wisdom to be had in this water. I would bless your water before you drink it. I would cleanse and clear out any energies that are in your water. Try to drink spring water if you can. Water that comes from a natural source, because I know a lot of our water in cities is chemically treated, and it's important that you cleanse your water. So this is really inspiring. Thank you so much, group 3. Let's get into your advice and guidance. Not that this wasn't already some advice and guidance for you guys, but we're gonna get more, because that's what we do here. All right, we had a bunch of advice and guidance oracle cards that came out for you guys. So many that I don't even know if they're going to fit. So we're going to try. Okay. So from the Lightworker, we have grounding, number 15. It does feel like you need to connect with the earth and the water, right? Find a place where you can do that. And then we have number 38, earth healing. Literally, I feel like the earth is going to help in your healing process. We have thinker, number 44. Take the time to figure out where it is that you want to put this healing, who it is that you want to heal, how it is that you want to share your gifts. But first and foremost, ground so that you can access that higher awareness, that higher crown chakra consciousness, so that you can bring those angelic beings down and help. Look, literally, there is an angel here giving this little boy a scroll, and I feel like angels are going to help heal your inner child. So I would connect with angels, connect with water, connect with the earth. What else do we have from the nature spirits? We have grandfather sky. Connect to the sky, look to the stars. There's universes out there, group 3. And then we have the white buffalo. This is perfect. This is a perfect story to say. And this balance is very interesting, because we have grounding here, and the white buffalo is a very grounded earth being. And then we have earth healing here with the angel, and then we have grandfather sky, and the angel is coming from the sky, and then I don't know, it's just very balanced. So I feel like for you to access your crown chakra, like I said, ground, and then you can reach into the stars. Okay, I feel like the sky and the clouds could also be very healing, because clouds are what? They're water, right? You're watching the clouds unfold. You're watching the emotions of the sky take form. It's a really healing, meditative pastime. So from the star seed, we have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration. That is what you've been doing, group 3. You've literally been activating and integrating all of the different pieces of yourself, right? Soul integration, soul activation, okay? Soul regeneration. I feel like your body and your soul have been in this dance for a long time, and they've been working to try to heal whatever traumas have happened in the past. And you've released so much. I'm just going to put them like that. So maybe light a candle and do a meditation. I feel like when you stare at a candle for a very long time, like a blue flame appears, and I don't know, it's just blue flame and water, alchemical energy here with the fire and water. Something is being transformed, something is being reborn, and it's your gifts. Your gifts are being awoken right now through this incredible release of all this trauma and pain. the trauma and pain isn't beautiful, but at the same time, this process of healing is so, it is this majestic unfolding. It's a mystical experience. We have enter the magic, live in the now, and seize the moment from the unicorns. Yeah, so don't try to like plan for the future. Just try to like be present in the moment. And the unicorn is kind of an angelic being too. Look, the unicorn has wings. I feel like unicorns might resonate with you, and maybe your angels take the form of unicorns. So feel free to honestly connect with your unicorn spirit team. They are literally here to help guide you and to help you heal, and to help share your healing gifts with others. From the fairies, we have journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready. When the time comes, pack your passport now. So I feel like for some of you, you are ready to take this step where you're actually able to travel to a new location. You might feel actually a location in the world calling to you, speaking out to you, and that might be where the healing is needed, in that particular place. Or that might be where your soul is being awoken to express itself through music, through sound, like through artistry, through poetry, through whatever form, dance. Like if you're feeling like you're being called to a place, it might be because you have a mission there. Now, the journey might not be to go to an actual place. It could be a journey inside of the self, to prepare yourself for the fact that you are going to be healing a variety of beings, whether they're animal beings, whether they're humans, whether they're spirits. Like there's a lot of energetic healing that is happening around you right now because you've undergone such an alchemical transformation. I feel like you're almost going to become this beacon for souls to be drawn to. So prepare yourself so that you can be protected when the time comes, because healers constantly need to protect themselves because they are surrounded by other negative energies, but they've been through that. They've gone through it with their own healing. And so you're going to know what to do, but at the same time, it's really important that you cleanse your own energies. So cleanse your chakras, take the time to meditate, and take the time to make sure that you get the sleep that you need, to get the water that you need, the sustenance. Make sure that your body is a clean, cleansed vessel, a sacred place where you can then you can trust your intuition and trust that you can actually be the conduit for your angels to offer that healing, to offer that guidance, to offer that wisdom. Okay, because if we're feeling like drained energetically, we can't be that perfect conduit, that crystalline structure that we need to be to deliver these higher dimensional messages, these higher dimensional frequencies of love and healing to humanity. And I feel like you have a lot of I feel like a lot of you might become healers that use the earth. So you might use water, like I said. You might use different herbs. You might feel called to nature medicine, like herbal medicines. But again, there are so many different forms of healing. Just know that you are a healer and you're going to be able to heal people. And if you don't feel called to heal people like on a personal one-on-one level, like I said, whatever it is that you craft and create through your expression of your emotion, that is what is going to heal people. That is what is going to awaken, inspire, and heal so many people, group 3. So you're such a powerful being, group 3. You're so wise too. Like I feel like you're not cocky. Like you're so wise, and you're just I don't know what the word is, but peaceful, confident, balanced. You're a beautiful soul. And again, 44 in the center, it equals 8. Balance, harmony, Libra energy. Again, you're being watched over. If you need advice and guidance, group 3, your angels are there. Just ask. Honestly, just ask for their advice and guidance, and they will come through. So thank you so much, group 3, for sharing your superpowers with me. This felt so magical, honestly. Thank you so much. If any of this resonated, you can like if you want to share your energy with us. Feel free to comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video if you think anyone might resonate or benefit from these beautiful messages. So thank you, angels, ancestors, guides, for coming through today. Thank you, group 3, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye. Oh, sorry. I also wanted to mention there are 3 walks down below if you feel called to go on any of those beautiful walks in the woods where we connect more to our nature spirits, to look for any more advice and guidance on how to unlock your superpower or how to use your powers and how they might come to you. So those will be linked below. If you're leaving me here, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye. Hello, magical beings. If you chose the beautiful maple leaf, then this is going to be your walk in the woods where we figure out how to unlock your magical powers around Samhain. So this is a really mystical walk that we're going on, where we're going to connect to all of the nature spirits as well as the fog. There is this thick blanket of white mist that we're just bathing in today. And so I just felt it's the perfect day to do this walk in the woods for you guys. We're trying to figure out not only what your powers are, but how to access them. What are we feeling? I feel a slight breeze through the trees. The aspens are quivering. I feel like for many of you, there is this subtle energy that you can feel just beneath your everyday consciousness. It's a nudge, it's an intuitive hit. Something is coming through telling you to do something. This could be telling you to join some sort of group. It could be telling you to read a book. It could be telling you to even just go simply out on a walk, because there is a divine encounter waiting to happen for you. Whether it's a divine encounter with a person, whether it's a divine encounter with a character, whether it's a chance meeting with an animal who has a message for you. But there is something that needs to occur in your reality, an almost divine timing moment, which will then be the catalyst to help you unlock your powers. And I can hear this growling in the distance. My 2 dogs are fighting, and I just feel like there is a battle inside of you. A battle. Sorry, I have to stop them. As I was saying, it feels as though there is this battle maybe that has been going on inside you between your logical mind and that intuitive mind that you have, that heart space. And so as we just walk under these birch trees here, I feel a sense of clarity coming for you guys, that your powers, you have the power of perception to be able to see through falsities. That's one of your innate powers. You have many, many magical abilities, but one of them is to be able to see through falsities, see through others' masks, and see the truth in a situation. The birch are black and white, but I'm seeing all this other color here. I feel like you're able to see the dark, the light. You're able to see all of the color in a situation. You're able to peel away the pieces, peel away the masks. With this birch bark here, it's unraveling. It's being shed like a snake skin. I feel like you're going through this transformation where you're being reborn into this magical, powerful being, where you're able to potentially even connect to the elements. As the wind blows through, I feel that for many of you, air might be your element. Or you might feel connected to the element air. Whenever a wind blows through, you feel this sudden, this subtle energy lift itself up from your subconscious mind and activate inside of you. So you might be connected to air energy. You might be very analytical. You might crave clarity. But in the fog here, in the mist, I feel like no matter how lost you are, you can always find your way out because you are rooted in the dark and in the light. I feel like your roots grow deep into the ground, and like these mighty oaks here, you climb into the sky. And it might have felt for the longest time like you're just crawling through the fog, crawling through the mist, like these trees here. But there is light, there is abundance, there's growth to be had. And these trees are wise beings. And they don't necessarily require the same sustenance that other trees need. They live in a very dry, arid climate up here on this hill here. And I feel like for many of you, you are independent beings. Or there's this warrior energy inside you, this magical energy that's brewing beneath the surface, waiting to be born. There's almost like a wild spark that is getting ready to be ignited inside of you. Like an acorn falling from these trees, it is about to shoot its taproot down and shoot to the sky. I feel like you are very clairvoyant, able to see beyond what others can normally see. Clairvoyance is about being able to look into the hidden realms. Not only the hidden realms in this reality, but in the hidden realms in our subconscious and beyond. So I think it's important for you to use the air element, to use your analytical mind as the branches of a tree, but at the same time, your intuition. There is a delicate balance that you'll need to play as you access these abilities, these clairvoyant abilities, where you're able to see things before they happen. You'll get symbols, you'll get hits, you'll have dreams, you'll have visions, and you might wonder, where are these coming from? But you are rooted so deeply into so many layers of this reality and others that you're able to tap into the layers. It's like there's like an onion or like a birch tree. There are so many slices of reality, dimensions on top of each other, and you're able to access almost all of them. That's your power. And your logical mind won't necessarily be able to understand what it's seeing, what it's feeling, what it's hearing. Because for many of you, you might also resonate with being a clairaudient. But I feel the trees are saying that if you connect to a tree, that might actually help you to ground your clairvoyance into this reality, give you that grounding tool, and allow you to have the confidence and the foundation to understand, accept, and know that what you're seeing, like be able to communicate what you're seeing. Like, if, say, for example, you're seeing like a forest on fire in a vision, you'll be able to know what it means. If you have a dream where you're rescuing like a drowning like snake, I don't know why these messages are coming through, but you'll know why you're dreaming this. Sorry, I'm just remembering that there's wolves out here and coyotes, and so if you're feeling fearful about your supernatural powers, or you're feeling fearful about dreams you might be having, or symbols you might be seeing, Spirit is saying, follow the path that you feel intuitively drawn to. So if you feel a sudden urge to go out on a walk really early in the morning, do it. If you feel called to wake up in the middle of the night and write something down, do it. Don't let that other part of you, don't let that egoic mind that wants to just do the same thing over and over again take you hostage. Step up and use that intuitive hit to help guide you. I'm being drawn to all of these oak leaves and all of the grass and moss still. And I feel like you're laying the groundwork. I feel like your heart has opened up, but something is trying to cover it. With these leaves here, something is trying to cover your heart. And it could be that they're trying to warm your heart or blanket your heart, protect your heart. Because these leaves actually protect the ground for the winter. They act as kind of an insulation for the ground. So I feel like your heart is being protected. You're being grounded, you're being protected. And that is going to allow you to be able to connect so deeply, to have that trust in your heart, to have that trust in knowing that your heart is on the right path, is a deeply, deeply healing moment. Because I know for so many of us, we feel like our heart has led us astray in the past. But really, our heart has led us onto these journeys through dark and shadow, through light and ecstasy, to help awaken us to all of the pieces of ourselves. Because if you don't have a light to shine on all the darkest parts of you, how are you supposed to understand who you truly are? And so the mist brings to life a new dimension, a new perspective of the forest. And that is what you are seeing. You are seeing through the eyes of a being who is removing the veil for the first time. Or maybe not the first time. Maybe when you were a child, you were able to access these intuitive, psychic, clairvoyant powers as well. But you're going to be able to see the layers, like I said. You'll be able to look at a person and judge their character, know their soul. Maybe you were able to do that as a child. You were able to understand and know people's desires, or know people's intentions before even like they expressed them. It's just this innate knowing that you have. That is your power. So we're getting ready to go into the darkness for the next walk. So if you're interested, feel free to stick around. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by. And I know that we picked the maple tree, and here's a lovely maple for you as we close out the reading. We were mostly surrounded by oak trees. I'm not sure if there'll be an oak walk yet, but we'll see. So thank you for coming by. I hope some of the messages resonated, and we will see you in the next walk. Hello, magical beings who chose the Aspen Leaf. There is the mighty aspen there. This is going to be your walk in the dark woods, where we connect to the nature spirits, the elements, the rocks, and we are trying to understand how it is that you will access your magical gifts. What will you need to know in order to access your superpowers? And then advice and guidance, and maybe how you might use them. Wow, what an incredible... I love this area with these rock mounds here. This is all rock, which is covered right now by leaves, but there is this sturdy kind of foundation. Well, it's crumbling now, and that just makes me feel like I feel like in the past you felt as though your world has crumbled apart, but that is so necessary for you to be able to grow into this whimsical, wild being that you need to be in order to be able to express your magical gifts. Okay, I'm getting the fact that you have been through a tower moment. Okay, Aspen group, you've been through a tower moment. And that's what this rubble is. That's what these rocks are. Once a sturdy foundation, they are just left in rubble. But they can be used again to craft a new foundation, to build a new structure. And then it can climb into the sky like these mighty trees here. But there is an aspen that's lost its tip, which makes me feel like that's the tower moment. You know, you are climbing into the sky and in one direction, and then everything broke apart. And it's interesting because I like to make these little stone beings out of stones here, and this one actually has fallen apart in this particular area, and they don't normally fall apart so easily, but it's like there's this unsteadiness, and we have to build something that's strong, otherwise it'll just fall apart. I actually am going to take a moment to build this because I feel like it's important. It's important that we build a strong foundation for you guys in order to awaken whatever your gifts are unto the world. Now this one first. There. Now it's a very small stone being, but still. You need to rebuild. So if you've had some sort of emotional breakdown, if you've had some sort of physical tower moment, maybe your body has been going through a process of being rebuilt. Sometimes when we have injuries, our bodies, they bring up all of our traumas from the past. They have to rewire themselves. So I feel like your body has been undergoing this alchemical transformation to help you rewire your entire vessel, your entire human being, so that it's able to actually use these supernatural, these magical powers that are going to be coming through you. Like, look at this wild, whimsical linden tree here. This tree, it weaves its way through the sky. Like, it doesn't just shoot up straight. It doesn't just have one mission in mind. No, it's organic. There's an artistry to the way that this tree has unfolded. And I think that there has been other trees that have blocked it from the sun in the past, which is why it has had to curl and curve to make its way through the world. And so I feel like for you, beings who chose the aspen leaf, you're being called to weave yourself in ways that maybe you thought, weren't the right way, because, you've got all these beings around you who are going straight in one direction and they have a plan, and your life is more, what's the word, like, other than whimsical? It's dreamy, it's obscure, it's organic, it's fluid. It's like fire, it's chaos. You're not following a direct straight line. You're being called in so many directions. Because whatever your supernatural power is, because for many of you, I feel like it's the ability to heal. Because once you are able to heal yourself, then you can heal others. But not only are you healers through potentially, you could be like healers with regards to energetic healing. You could be healers with regards to herbal healing. But not only that, I feel like for many of you, you're artists. Whether you're a writer, a visual artist, you could be a musician and you heal people through sound. I feel like that is what so many of you are being called to do. And many artists and creators, they have to go through the darkest experiences, the most painful ups and downs, to truly connect to all of those different pieces of their puzzle to then weave whatever magical masterpiece they have to share with the world. Some of, like, look at beings like Chopin and Vincent van Gogh and Picasso. These beings, their lives were troubled. tumultuous, and yet their work has inspired and has become the cornerstone for so many of us. And I'm seeing these moss beings here, these moss beings crying out, saying, we are here to connect to the heart chakra. Like they're calling you to connect to your emerald heart chakra. So you might want to surround yourself with green. You might want to connect to not only, oh, I feel like you're going to want to, oh, I just saw a little being, like a little, who was it? There was like a squirrel or something? Mouse, maybe? He just came through. I think he went into one of these little holes. So Spirit is saying, I feel like with these little holes here, it's okay to take the time to cocoon and go inside and just, hibernate for a little while. Healers, a lot of the time, they have to go and just cleanse their energy before they can help heal others. And yes, these stones of lichen and moss, and they're mixed with granite, and granite's a very conductive stone too, so you might feel connected to granite. Quartz, there's lots of quartz here. Wonder if we can find a piece, but yeah, I feel like it's so important that you just take the time to connect to rebuilding your foundation. And oftentimes, I don't want to encourage necessarily taking, hallucinogens, but sometimes things like psilocybin can really help to rewire the way that the brain works. It kind of lifts up all the crud and gunk that has gotten stuck along the way, the rigid lines that we've crafted in our reality. It lifts all of that up, shakes it around like a storm, and then it settles again, so that new seeds can blossom and bloom. And I feel like for many of you, you could connect with that. You can connect through meditations, you can connect through, physical exercise can help you to rewire too. So I'm not suggesting necessarily to take drugs, although in the past psilocybin has a very healing components, especially for things like post-traumatic stress disorder. So I would research into that and find someone who might be able to administer that, but that's just coming through for some of you. Wow. This forest, I feel like so many of you have been through so many tower moments in your life. I feel like so many of you have lost either loved ones or pieces of yourself that you were really connected to. But even when we lose pieces of ourselves or beings that we love, places that we love, they are always with us. Energetically, they're still there. Our bodies are like magnets in a sense that we draw in the energy. And that's why it's so important that we cleanse ourselves and clear out our energies, because they can become stagnant. And energies that were never ours to begin with, we get confused and we think that they are ours. But no, they're energies that were maybe put into us at a young age from the system or our family or whatever, and we don't need them. They're not ours. We can release them. You have permission to release that which no longer serves you. So healers, artists, expressives, you are magical beings getting ready to share your heart and soul with the world. And it is a long and arduous journey, but the light and color that you can share with the world is so invaluable. That is why you are here. That is why we go through this. And look at these little flower beings here. Even in death, they glow almost. So even the parts of us that we lose, we can use those parts to remember to inspire us to glow and grow. You are such magical healers. I can't wait to know and feel your powers grow. So just remember to connect and rebuild a foundation for yourself so that you can share your wondrous gifts with the world. Go out and look at all the different types of healing, herbal medicines, Reiki, shamanic journeying. There are so many different ways that you can help heal people. Physiotherapy, naturopathy, like being a chiropractor, understanding how the body works. There are so many different forms of healing out there. And we need healers now more than ever. So thank you for sharing your energy. I hope some of this walk resonated with you. If it did, feel free to share this video with others who might benefit from the messages and who might want to just take a walk in the woods. So thank you so much, nature spirits, air spirits, rock spirits, all the spirits who have come through today. Thank you so much. And thank you, magical beings, for wandering by. We will see you in another video. Thanks for wandering by. Hello, magical beings who chose the oak leaf. This is going to be your walk through the mystical woods. We're actually surrounded by oak trees right now, which is kind of fitting. And today we're connecting with the tree spirits, the rock spirits, the moss spirits, any and all nature spirits, to understand how to unlock your supernatural magical gifts. Now, you may or may not already be aware of the gifts that you hold, but today we're just going to get a bit more information on what you need to know to access them, what they might be, and guidance and advice on using them. So, we're being drawn down into this beautiful oak forest. I feel like whatever magical power it is that you possess, you're being called to go into not only the shadow element of yourself, an unknown portal, but also I think it's important that you connect with your ancestral lineage. I'm being drawn to the fact that I'm holding the oak leaf and we're being pulled into this oak forest, connecting to all of the other oak trees. So I feel like you would connect to other beings who share your bloodline, or beings who share in your spirit. Connect to those beings in your soul family, but beings that you feel a deep resonance to. So by going into the darker part, the shadow realm inside of you, by taking that time to meditate, whether it's listening to the music that awakens your heart, whether it's walking through the woods, whether it's swimming, whether it's just breathing, whatever it is, and then find the beings that help to connect you even to that part of your soul. There are so many different types of oaks here, and we also have some of the older remnants of oaks that were here hundreds of years ago that burned down in a fire. So this tree, actually this tree maybe wasn't burned down in a fire, but it's an old oak. And a lot of the bark pieces that I use in our Etsy site for crafting our jewelry are made out of these old pieces of bark. But anyways, now we're in this ironwood forest. So I feel like by connecting to the old ancestral lineage that you have, there are some keys, there are some clues that maybe somebody in your past, somebody in your family line had a gift. And I feel like you might share in that same gift, whether that gift was healing, whether that gift was clairvoyance, whether that gift was clairaudience. There could be so many different gifts. So look back into your ancestral lineage and see, feel maybe what energies, what gifts your family might have had. But as I'm being drawn to the fact that there's literally only oak trees here and ironwood, both of which are extremely hard woods, it takes a lot to break them apart. So I feel like there is this warrior energy inside of you, oak group. There is this hardness, this groundedness, but also this, you're unbreakable is the word that I want to use. You are sturdy. You are reliable. And I feel like that is what is going to help you awaken your gifts by showing off your ability to be a stable force, a strong, stable, reliable force. By stepping into that role, that is going to help you to awaken your powers. Now, can we get a feeling for what the powers of this beautiful oak group are? What are their powers? I feel as though you have the power Sorry, I was just having a really intense moment where I was trying to connect with what powers you have. And I feel like for many of you, you have the power of mediumship. So the ability to ground yourself so much into the earth and climb into the higher dimensional realms that you're able to access that channeling ability. To be able to connect even to objects, natural elements, and feel what they feel, know what they know through touch. So by touching a being, whether it's a human, whether it's a tree, whether it's an animal, there is a deep sense of empathy, but I also feel like you would have the ability to channel their emotions or channel what they are feeling. And that is a big responsibility. And I think that's why Spirit was saying that it's important that you find your stability, you find that place where you can be responsible, where you can be that rock, that grounded being. Because being a medium demands that you hold your own. You have to be able to channel another energy through you. And that can be extremely, extremely energetically draining if you don't know what you are doing. So Spirit is saying, ground yourself, connect to as many different pieces of yourself as you can so that you can know and trust that you're going to be channeling energies that are positive, that are enlightening, that can help your soul's growth, and that do not take away from you. We are just still crawling down this hill. I feel like for many of you, you've got to peel away the layers. There's a lot of layers that need to be peeled away. And that kind of goes for group 1 as well. Some of the messages are sorry, not group 1, the group that chose the maple leaf. Some of the messages are very similar. But I'm noticing all these dead trees, all these dead oak trees. And there is like this, I feel like in your past, maybe you had an ancestor who was a medium, who was able to channel. And maybe in the past, like, it was frowned upon. Maybe they did it in secret. Maybe you had an ancestor who read tea leaves even. I don't know, just to like keep it simple, to keep it like PG back in the day. But I feel like you've had ancestors who were deeply connected to something far greater than just their human vessel. This is a really interesting part of the forest. I'm getting a really intense vibe here. Like something happened here. And it's making me feel like you will be able to walk through spaces and know what has happened. Like connect with the energy of the land, connect to the energy of the person. But it's so important that you cleanse your vessel, that you cleanse your space, because you don't want to be taking in other energies that can affect where it is that you want to move. Now there's this giant cliff here. And for some of you, maybe it feels like mediumship. If you were to go into channeling, it would feel like jumping off into the abyss. Like you have no idea what to expect. And I think for many of you, it's important that you understand your gifts, that you understand what it is that you're being drawn to, why you feel connected to certain places or people, why you feel connected to maybe certain objects. Maybe you are even connected to past lives that you've had with other people even. You might have unexplainable relationships to people you don't understand. I'm noticing so many pieces, so many dead trees connected to these living beings. And it's just making me feel like you are so deeply connected to your ancestors, or that if you connect to your ancestral heritage, it might really help you to awaken this gift. This gift might have been a gift that's passed down through your bloodline, generations and generations, because maybe your DNA or something has some sort of energetic blueprint that allows mediumship to flourish. But those are just some of the messages that are coming through. But it's important to ground yourself before you take that leap into the unknown. You really need to ground yourself. Dig a deep, deep taproot like so many of these oak trees. These oak trees are only so high because they do that. They have to ground themselves. And then they can produce all of the acorns necessary to help the forest survive. So I feel like your gifts are going to help so many people. You're going to be able to take higher wisdom from the higher dimensions and spread it on the material plane. That's an incredible gift. So I just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this magical woodland walk through the forest. I hope some of the messages resonated. I hope that you can access your gifts when the time is right. And thank you, spiritual nature beings, for coming through today. Thank you, forest. Thank you, mist. Thank you, rocks. And thank you, viewer, for coming by. Thank you, magical being. It's wonderful to have your energy here. And we will see you in the next walk. Thanks for wandering by.